Okay, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I begin with this lesson, I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, Abraham, Millstone, who do well and teach well. Shalom to the hopeful elect and your Akim, your brothers pushing this word throughout the four corners of the earth with all truth and sincerity, making your calling and election sure, man. Hey, shalom, shalom. And this is a pretty funny video in regards to a prank that was done, using AI. But immediately what I thought was, the persecution that us Akim are gonna have to face during this, time of, the this time of really, the end, right? Esau Edom is on crunch time. Esau Edom is seeing his downfall, and he knows that we're, as the hopeful elect members, this truth, right? We're exposing him left and right. And so what he's going to have to do in order for him to go ahead and imprison us and bring blame to the ministry, which he already has a camp set up, right? And different types of people that work for him that go ahead and do things that make us look bad, so that they can go ahead and say, look at these guys, they're a T-ism group, or look at these guys, they're pushing violence, they're pushing this, they're pushing that, right? Anything else other than what we normally push. We just go to the highways and the byways, preach the gospel, right? The good news, tell our people to repent, let you other nations know your judgment, and that's it. We don't got to do anything else. After that, that alone is what's gonna bring down this kingdom, and you're seeing it. So, and so how if you're seeing how America is right now, and the state it is, and, people complaining, and right, the downfall of the economy, the dollar, the new world order, digital this, digital that, no cash here, no cash there. Yeah, this is all because what the prophets, the prophets, they're on the scene now. Starting with Abba Bibbins on down, man. And so this is a pretty funny video, but this is how they're gonna go ahead and start persecuting us, Akim, man. So you brothers got to get ready for all different mannerisms of things being said about you that take Corinthians, that you never done. And the people around you, your loved ones and stuff, they're gonna know to an extent that, hey man, he does not do any of that, right? But it's not about those that are around you. It's about controlling the majority, right? The population. So this is the book of 2 Corinthians 2:11, chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Shaitan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, right? And who's the physical embodiment of Satan? Esau Edom. All right, let me get this. Salakia. That's not the precept I wanted. 2 Timothy. It's actually right there already. I actually just pulled out some precepts about persecution, because this is what it's going to lead to. So let me play this out, and you're going to see how, hey, brothers, you may get a call like, hey, look what you did on the news. You're like, what the fuck? I didn't do that. Look at exactly the reaction.
I don't know if it was you or not, but the boss said someone was in the women's closing area, and then they got the pink underwear and they're sniffing it. Not you. They sent the video in, and
rolling tape. Rolling tape.
That's you, right?
Yeah, that's me.
What? I mean, look how real that video looks, man.
What?
Yeah.
I swear to God, that's not me, dude. And there's no way. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but they need to stop, or they're gonna have some problems.
Tell that idiot to stop sniffing the pink underwear and get the fuck out of my store!
Crazy as fuck. Yeah, he's nuts. Look at him.
Yeah.
Yo, man.
Rolling tape.
It's how you don't go ahead and put some, foul shit upon brothers, and have a reason to go ahead and lock you up, man. So let's get these precepts real quick. Actually, I already had them pulled up. I want to start with it's in the book of Timothy. There you go. Now, actually, I want to start on verse 1. This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, and verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, incontent, incontinent. Is that how you say it? Let me open that real quick. Let me open that. Look up. Unrestrained, incontinent. Yeah, incontinent. Okay. Lacking self-restraint, uncontrolled. Yeah. Okay. Fierce, despisers of those that are good. You know, you go around, you know, certain people in the world, and they hate you for no reason. Verse 4, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High. You know, you hear that often, man. Just because it doesn't, you know, taste good, just because it doesn't feel good, Jake just doesn't want to do anything with it. You know, because, you know, when you serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, you go through, you know, your temptations. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. Right? Because Jake always has a form of, you know, they have a sense of morale to him. Right? Verse 6, for of this sort are they which creep into houses, and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. You know, you have Jake that's, you know, gets deep into, you know, conspiracy theories and certain rabbit holes and, you know, certain history and so on and so forth. But since they're so, you know, really they're not of the elect, to put it in, you know, simple terms. But since they're not of the elect, the Most High doesn't have it to where they allow them to come into the ministry, bro. So they may have some knowledge to, you know, when it comes to history and, you know, maybe even herbal knowledge and so on and so forth. But they're never going to be able to come into this ministry, man. And if they do, and if they're not of the elect, they're going to be under a wrong camp. All right, they're going to be under a camp that's teaching a false doctrine. Right, they're never going to come under the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, which we believe through faith is a true camp set up by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to give us the 100% doctrine of salvation. All right. Verse 8, now as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds, reprobate concerning the faith. When you're going to tell what reprobate, it literally means not of the elect. Real quick. Reprobate concerning Salakia. Real quick, let's just get it. Just regular reprobate right here. Evildoer. Where's it at? Well, there's this one. Watch. Express strong disapproval of, condemn. No, let me see. Good for nothing. Degenerate. Transgressor. Yeah, you see, I mean, you can search it up. You know what? I search it up for you, Aki, man. Reprobate. I remember just the standard Google searches said that reprobate, the like definition. Yep. A reprobate in the context of some theological doctrines like Calvinism is a person whom the Most High has externally chosen not to save. I mean, y'all know what that means. Alright. So let's go back to it. Verse 9. So you see, that's why some, you know, Jay can't get it. They can't grasp it. You can break it down to a T to the best of your ability, and for some reason they still won't turn into the ministry, man. But they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be manifest unto all men, as theirs also was. You see, because what? Your sins are going to condemn you in that day. 2 Timothy 3:10. But thou hast fully known my doctrine. Right? Talk about the elect. Manner of life, purpose, faith, long suffering, charity, patience, persecutions, afflictions, which came unto me at Antioch, at Iconium, at Lystra, with what persecutions I endured, but out of them all Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai delivered to me. Yeah, and all that will live godly in Hamashiach Yahushai shall suffer persecution. Man, this is part of counting the cost. Ayakim, there may be a foul story written about you with a, deep fake AI video right there, right next to it, right about you. All right. Again, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We understand that this is one of his, miracles on the left-hand side. This is something that he is going to be able to use against us. But then again, it's all to put him in a corner, man. It's all to put Esau Edom in checkmate, because once he goes and does that, right? He goes ahead and persecutes us and gets the approval of, the military to come after us. Well, then that's when the Most High is going to lift up that standard and checkmate. So, we need this to happen, Akim. Don't be surprised, when it's time for it, to receive your persecution, my persecution, a brother's persecution, and it's via form of, a crazy AI, video and article about something that you have never done. First Peter 4:12, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. So when that happens, don't get all shooken up and wishy-washy. Just know that, hey, you have the precepts. If any, you can break it down to your family members, whatever, about how this is gonna happen to us. And for the most part, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is gonna be guiding you through that moment. The scriptures say that the Most High is not gonna tempt you more than you're able to, so you should be good. Let me see. I like that one. Yeah, I like that one too. So actually, it's like it was not that one. There you go. 1 Peter 3:16. Actually, I think that was in the. God, this is 1 Peter 3:16. Having a good conscience. I'm gonna read up more. We'll start at verse 11. This is 1 Peter 3:11. Let him eschew evil, meaning hate evil, and do good. Let him seek peace. Let him seek peace and ensure it. For the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open, Salakim, unto their prayers. But the face of Yahweh is against them that do evil. And who is he that will harm you, if ye be followers of that which is good? But if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye, and be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled. You see, this is why when that persecution happens, and it comes maybe via this deep fake, and it's like a heavy video or whatever, then, when they come and rob you up, you're going to be good, man. You're going to understand that, hold on, I ain't doing anything bad. I've been going out to the highways and the byways. I read about it. We're going to get persecuted. My brothers talked about it. Brothers made lessons and videos, and I heard it. I did my own lessons, I went out to camp and I heard it. I went out to camp and taught about it, so on and so forth. And, man, I'm good. You know, this is good. This is part of it. This is part of it. You know, be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled, because you're going to understand that, hey, you've been doing everything that you needed to do. But sanctify Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asks you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear. Having a good conscience, you see, that's the main thing. You're going to be going to, you know, these different forms of persecution, having a good conscience, and that's the most important thing. That whereas they speak evil of you as evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Hamashiach. So, you see, man, you know, your lessons have been out here. You know, you've been making lessons. You've been going out to the highways and byways. People know about you. People know about what you teach. When people come around you, they can see your mannerisms are different. They can see that, you know, you're more respectful. They can see that you're more, you know, there's something different about you that, you know, they can't just grasp. And, you know, that's going to take you a long way. You know, being in this ministry alone is going to take you far, far, because, you know, there's all types of things that can happen, you know, by you being in the ministry in a good way. You know, someone may see you out, you know, during the time of Jacob's trouble, and they may not make lessons or anything, but they've been watching your lessons and they've seen you on YouTube, and they help you out, man. Like, oh man, I know you didn't do none of that. I used to watch your videos on YouTube, so on and so forth. Oh yeah, I know what you're about. I know I seen your lessons, and you know, that's why it's important to show your face. You know, verse 17, for it is better if the will of the Most High be so. You see, that ye suffer for well doing than for evil doing, because what? Some of us Revelations 2:10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prisons, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. You see, because this is what it's going to lead to, man. You know, this is what's going to bring a lot of us into this. You know, for those that have that law, of course, how you just read, it said, if it be the will that ye suffer, right? If it be the will of the Most High, that ye suffer, right? If that be your lot, man, you know, you're going to be good. You know, Yahweh Shema Shai is going to be there with you. And really, you know, if you're the elect, he's going to make it to where, you know, you make it all the way through. Even if you have to perish on this side, man. And it's all good. You're not losing shit, bro. This body, man, is subject to, you know, diseases, breaking, brittle. And at that moment, bro, when shit's hitting the fan and you're faced with that guillotine, and I mean, your mindset should already be, I mean, there's no going back for America. There's no going back for the society. There's no going back for anything. We're already at the end. Yahweh Shai is already going to crack these damn clouds and it's over with. So, you know, Yahweh Shai is going to be there with us, man. And, you know, this just may be some of us, our brothers, you know, lots on how we get sent to prison, man. You know, it's going to be via that damn fucking AI bullshit, right? But, you know, it's all good, man. You know, we should be good. That's why I wanted to make this lesson, man. Showing you brothers the severity of that, you know.
I don't know if it was you or sent the video.
Yeah, that's me. What?
You're gonna be like, is that you? You're gonna send you a picture, like, yeah, that's me. Alright. I didn't do that though. And then they're gonna show you the little AI video or whatever, and then say, come with us. And there you go. You know, brothers at camp shooting or some shit, you know, ain't no telling. So, you know, Lord willing, this has been edifying. I want to close out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Hakodash, the honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who do rule well and teach well. Shalom to the whole